Virgin Galactic releases roadmap for its new space tourism spaceship. Like many companies this year, I feel like a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Virgin Galactic stock, because on one hand, investors once saw an insane return with this stock, and now, of course, it's fallen quite substantially, down 90% from a year ago. So I guess the main question people are wondering is there any hope for this stock? Well, simply put, I think the answer lies in the fact that I haven't sold any shares of this stock since I first purchased it close to 3 years ago, because I think Virgin Galactic is going to be a winner in the space tourism industry. So even though the company is currently fighting delays in returning tourists to space, they are also simultaneously building the future. So let me explain. The new class of space tourist ship for Virgin Galactic, called Delta, is coming together with a new deal to fly Axiom space astronauts along with contracts to secure key suppliers, and this news is coming directly from Virgin Galactic themselves. The goal is to have Delta flying as frequently as once a week and is slated to enter service in 2026. You see, Virgin Galactic has made 4 manned test flights, the latest of which being in July 2021, and has since delayed its return to space several times due to pandemic-related supply chain issues. And competitor Blue Origin, funded by Jeff Bezos, meanwhile, aced 6 operational tourist flights before an unmanned rocket failure back in September. So this really begs the question if Virgin Galactic will actually be able to stay on target while simultaneously trying to build up more potential market share than Blue Origin. So let's break it down. In terms of the latest financial results released for the quarter, Virgin Galactic reported an adjusted EBITDA loss of $129 million compared to a loss of $68 million a year ago, with negligible revenue. However, while this sounds pretty bad, I think it should be noted that the company currently has about $1.1 billion in cash on hand, so it's not exactly like they're going to be running out of money anytime soon, as I think they'll have enough to get by until they're a much more profitable company. And furthermore, one of Virgin's next flights with their current generation Spaceship 2, which flies to space after detaching mid-air from the carrier ship Eve, will actually be helping Axiom astronauts get accustomed to the weightlessness ahead of the flight to the International Space Station. And it's actually this Houston-based company that has 3 commercial flights with SpaceX booked, AX2 through AX4, following the success of AX1 back in April. The Virgin Galactic space flight, tentatively scheduled for next year, will prepare an Axiom space astronaut for an upcoming trip to orbit while conducting microgravity research to supplement the work they do. And this is a statement coming from Virgin Galactic officials themselves. And I think it should be noted that Virgin also announced this week that both of these companies would manufacture parts for Delta starting in 2023, with the Texas-based aerospace company Bell Textron supplying the feathering system that controls re-entry along with flight control surfaces, while the company Carbon Aerospace will create the fuselage and the wing. And the amount of these 2 contracts was not disclosed, but I think it'll be interesting to see how much these contracts actually are, maybe some point in the future. And pointing to a deal earlier in 2022 that will see Boeing subsidiary Aurora Flight Sciences build 2 motherships, Virgin Galactic CEO Michael Colglazier said in a statement that Delta builds are ready to move forward, since Virgin Galactic now currently has the primary suppliers in place. So overall, Virgin Galactic is still making some pretty significant moves in this space, and while it does seem that the progress has been really slow for them lately, I'm still very confident that Virgin Galactic will eventually be a successful company with a high-flying stock. And I think that'll wrap up the video for today. Thanks as always, and I'll catch you next time.